Hi, I'm Lynn, Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Coach, author, and personal survivor of narcissistic abuse. At Moving Forward with Hope, we provide guidance to assist to validate your experiences in dealing with a narcissist, help to rebuild after the treacherous path, and move forward into your next journey. Validate, rebuild, revolution.
Knock, knock.
Ooh, who's there?
A Boost Mobile expert, here to deliver and set up your all-new iPhone 17 Pro, designed to be the most powerful iPhone ever.
You call that a knock-knock joke?
This isn't a joke. Boost Mobile really sends experts to deliver and set up your phone at home or work.
Okay, well, it's just that when people say knock-knock, there's usually a joke to go with it.
Like I said, this isn't a joke.
So the knock-knock was just you knocking?
Yeah, that's how doors work.
Get the new iPhone 17 Pro delivered and set up by an expert wherever you are. Delivery available for select devices purchased at boostmobile.com. Terms apply.
Big news! Boost Mobile is now sending experts nationwide to deliver and set up customers' new phones at home or work.
Wait, we're going on tour?
Not a tour. We're delivering and setting up customers' phones so it's easier to upgrade.
Let's get in the tour bus and hit the road.
No, not a tour bus. It's a regular car we use to deliver and set up customers' phones at home or work.
Are you a groupie on this tour?
We deliver and set up phones. It's not a tour.
Oh, you're definitely a groupie.
Introducing Store to Door. Switch and get a new device with expert setup and delivery wherever you're at.
Delivery available for select devices purchased at boostmobile.com.
Here's how to stay alive longer so you can enjoy Boost Mobile's unlimited plan with a price that never goes up. Do not mistake a wasp nest for a piñata. Stay alive and switch now at Boost Mobile. After 30 gigs, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile unlimited plan.
Welcome back to the Moving Forward with Hope Narcissistic Abuse Recovery podcast. I'm Lynn, your host. Today, we'll be exploring a crucial yet challenging aspect of life in a toxic relationship. Why standing up for yourself can feel like you're doing something wrong. So many of us who've been in these toxic dynamics know how disorienting it is to speak up for your needs and boundaries, only to be left feeling guilty or doubting ourselves. You might wonder, was I too demanding? Am I asking for too much? Was my tone wrong? Was I curt in my delivery? Did I use the wrong words? Did I come across as entitled or bossy? Or did I actually come across as respectful of who I am and conveyed it properly? The root of this discomfort when standing up for yourself often lies in the devaluation you have been through when you tried to speak up before. Over time, in a toxic relationship, your needs are minimized, boundaries are dismissed, and you're left to feel as though prioritizing yourself is selfish or flat out wrong. If you've been in a narcissistic or toxic relationship, you may have been conditioned to react in a certain way to your own needs. Advocating for yourself is not just valid, it's necessary. Today, we will break down the reasons why standing up for yourself feels so uncomfortable in toxic relationships. And then, to add a bit of a twist to it, we'll also discuss how societal gender roles further complicates this process, especially for women. Ready to dive in? Let's go. Let's start by looking at conditioning. In a toxic relationship, over time, you're taught, whether it's through emotional manipulation, subtle criticisms, or outright dismissiveness, that your needs should come second, or that you shouldn't have any needs at all. In many cases, toxic partners use gaslighting, making you doubt your own reality or belittling your concerns, leaving you to wonder if you're too sensitive or overreacting. Eventually, you internalize these accusations, and standing up for yourself starts to feel wrong, almost as if advocating for your own well-being is a selfish act. You're not alone in feeling this way. Now let's talk about why advocating for yourself feels so uncomfortable. A big part of it comes down to fear of conflict or rejection from the other party. You're likely experienced that standing up for yourself often leads to some form of punishment from your partner. They may withdraw emotionally, show signs of anger, or punish you for exerting your independent thought and desire to protect yourself in action. They don't like that you're standing up for yourself. They don't like that you're advocating for yourself. They don't like that you're taking a stand and setting a proper boundary. Yes, this is about control. Over time, this creates a connection between advocating for yourself and negative consequences. You will learn to avoid confrontation at all costs, fearing that the other person might pull away, leaving you feeling isolated or even punished for daring to speak up. 2. In addition to this, and what is compiled on top of this rejection, is the eventual loss of your identity. In toxic environments, your sense of self is eroded over time. Constant gaslighting and invalidation make it harder to recognize that your voice matters. Over time, your voice becomes smaller and smaller, quieter and quieter, and you become more compliant to keep the peace. Your confidence starts to fade, and you start to turn off your connection to your intuition. As your confidence fades, standing up for yourself becomes like a foreign transaction. You may feel so uncomfortable, and the punishment you have been through in the relationship, you don't do it again. Next, let's chat about how there are certain manipulation tactics that cause guilt. There are specific manipulation tactics toxic partners use to reinforce these feelings of guilt. For example, when you assert a boundary, which is standing up for yourself, you might face the silent treatment, emotional withdrawal, or even stonewalling.
We live in a culture obsessed with dieting, weight loss, and exercise. And that can make eating disorder behaviors easy to miss. But the reality is, eating disorders are serious mental illnesses that take a major toll on your health and your life. But recovery is possible. Eating disorders are more common than you might think. Chances are you know someone who is struggling with one. Or maybe you're struggling yourself. If you're concerned about an eating disorder in yourself or a loved one, I want to introduce you to Equip. Equip is a fully virtual, evidence-based eating disorder treatment program that helps patients achieve lasting recovery at home. Every Equip patient is matched with a multidisciplinary care team that includes a therapist, dietitian, medical provider, and mentors. And you get a personalized treatment plan that's tailored to your unique goals and challenges. Equip treats patients of all ages and all eating disorder diagnoses. It's covered by insurance, and there's no wait list. If you think that you or a loved one could be struggling with an eating disorder, don't wait to get help. Visit equip.health to learn more. That's equip.health.
Build the perfect holiday meal at Whole Foods Market. From traditional holiday must-haves to creative twists, everything must pass their strict ingredient standards. Grab sales on their impressive centerpiece mains with no antibiotics ever. Aim to please with limited-time desserts like chocolate bourbon pecan pie. And ring in 2026 with sales on quality seafood. Shop for your celebration at Whole Foods Market with so many ways to save. Terms apply.
Your toxic partner does not like that you have taken a stand for yourself. They feel uncomfortable that you are rising up. They may not be used to you doing it, and they want you to revert and back down. Another tactic they may use is blame shifting. When you bring up a concern, the toxic partner may immediately deflect and make it seem like you're the problem. You walk away feeling guilty for even bringing it up in the first place. And then there's love bombing. You may notice that when you start to pull away, the toxic person suddenly showers you with affection and attention. But when you stand up for yourself, that affection disappears. This reward-punishment cycle makes advocating for yourself feel even more uncomfortable because you've been conditioned to associate standing up for yourself with the loss of love and connection. This is why it can be awkward to stand up for yourself. This is why you might feel uncomfortable in standing up for yourself. But despite all this discomfort, standing up for yourself is a powerful, necessary act. Reclaiming your voice, even if it feels wrong at first, is a critical part of healing and rebuilding your self-worth. You have every right to stand up for yourself. The guilt you feel after advocating for yourself is not because you've done something wrong. It's because you're breaking a pattern that has kept you silent for far too long. Healthy boundaries are key. They're not about punishing the other person. They're about protecting yourself. It's okay to say no to unreasonable demands. It's okay to ask for respect in conversations. It is absolutely okay to prioritize your needs without guilt. Over time, you'll learn that these boundaries are essential to creating a space where you can feel safe and respected. It is also important to surround yourself with a supportive and growth-minded community that validates and honors your experiences. Now, we've talked about the personal dynamics of why you may be uncomfortable in standing up for yourself and the tactics, but we can't ignore the societal implications at play here, particularly regarding gender roles. Women, in particular, are often conditioned by society to put others' needs ahead of their own. From a young age, girls are socialized to be nurturing, accommodating, and self-sacrificing. When women stand up for themselves, they frequently face backlash, not just from partners, but from society at large, which sees some women who advocate for themselves operating in an unnatural or even unfeminine role. This gendered social conditioning adds a challenging layer and makes it more difficult for women to assert their needs without feeling guilty or selfish. Women are not just dealing with emotional manipulation from their toxic partners, but they are also dealing with it from a large scale. Societal and social conditioning, which tells women that they should be submissive, agreeable, and silent. Women are now walking into who they are, and some women are challenging society's standards. Some women are becoming no longer submissive. We are no longer going to agree to everything if it goes against what we believe, and we are now no longer going to be silent. Society is slowly evolving. And many men may resist when women begin to reclaim their voice. This resistance is rooted in patriarchal norms, which have long given men power and control.
We live in a culture obsessed with dieting, weight loss, and exercise. And that can make eating disorder behaviors easy to miss. But the reality is, eating disorders are serious mental illnesses that take a major toll on your health and your life. But recovery is possible. Eating disorders are more common than you might think. Chances are you know someone who is struggling with one. Or maybe you're struggling yourself. If you're concerned about an eating disorder in yourself or a loved one, I want to introduce you to Equip. Equip is a fully virtual, evidence-based eating disorder treatment program that helps patients achieve lasting recovery at home. Every Equip patient is matched with a multidisciplinary care team that includes a therapist, dietitian, medical provider, and mentors. And you get a personalized treatment plan that's tailored to your unique goals and challenges. Equip treats patients of all ages and all eating disorder diagnoses. It's covered by insurance, and there's no wait list. If you think that you or a loved one could be struggling with an eating disorder, don't wait to get help. Visit equip.health to learn more. That's equip.health.
Build the perfect holiday meal at Whole Foods Market. From traditional holiday must-haves to creative twists, everything must pass their strict ingredient standards. Grab sales on their impressive centerpiece mains with no antibiotics ever. Aim to please with limited time desserts like chocolate bourbon pecan pie. And ring in 2026 with sales on quality seafood. Shop for your celebration at Whole Foods Market with so many ways to save. Terms apply.
The holidays are a time of magic, and nothing is more magical than helping a child achieve their dreams. That's why the DC College Savings Plan makes the perfect gift for the little ones in your life. Unlike clothes or toys, they cannot outgrow their education savings account. Plus, special tax advantages mean every dollar you invest has the potential to go further than in a traditional savings account. Any earnings are tax-free, and savings can be withdrawn tax-free for eligible expenses like tuition, room and board, books, and even computers. For K-12, college, vocational schools, and registered apprenticeships. Friends and family can easily contribute as well, thanks to YouGift, our free, easy-to-use gifting platform. Make holiday gifting more meaningful this year with the DC College Savings Plan. No gift wrapping required. Open an account online for just $25. Go to dccollegesavings.com to learn more or enroll. dccollegesavings.com. Subject to eligibility requirements. Please read plan disclosure carefully before investing.
When women speak up, it threatens that control, leading some men to react defensively, dismissively, or even by doubling down on their toxic behavior. This dynamic keeps women's voices silenced and perpetuates a system where women feel they are in the wrong for standing up for themselves. But as more women begin to stand up for themselves and overcome the feelings of guilt and being uncomfortable in the process, we can challenge and eventually face these harmful societal norms. Standing up for yourself in a toxic relationship is difficult, but it's an act of self-love. The discomfort, the guilt, and the fear of conflict are all tied to emotional conditioning that has taught you to stay silent. Over time, with small acts of standing up for yourself, you'll rebuild your confidence and learn that your needs matter. Standing up for yourself isn't wrong. It's a new path. And as women, we're not just reclaiming our voices in our personal lives. We are challenging a societal system that has silenced us for too long. This is Lynn, and I want to thank you for joining me today. If you are enjoying this podcast, give us a positive review on whichever platform you are listening on. Visit our website at movingforwardafterabuse.com for more information. I'll see you in the next one.